been having receipts for years, you know, just like you. He's been having receipts for years talking about this shit. And, you know, he's been connecting a lot of dots too. You know, you have a lot of metaphysical knowledge. And I don't think he don't have, you know, that also, I would say, plug holes in the questions that we have. Like, damn, I always want to know what this is. I always want to know what this is. And so you know, have been able to like weave everything together. So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, everybody talking about Kanye. I'm like, man, that shit is a joke. Kanye know exactly what he's doing. He even said on the interview he got handlers and shit. He was dismissing them. He know what time it is, you know. So yeah.
They be trying to tell Kanye what to do, and he'll tell him before he got a microphone, okay, and then he gonna say what the fuck he gonna say because he Kanye.
Right. Right.
They be thinking they really got this. They be thinking he really go. Okay, I'm gonna listen this time. I ain't gonna say nothing about the Jews this time, and then he'll go out there and say, yeah, so those damn Jews. And they be back there pulling their hair out and shit. They was like, we can't control this motherfucker for shit. That's why he always, if you pay attention, he always is trying to stop people from controlling him. Is his number one life grievance. You can't control me. I'm a whole God. How the fuck you gonna tell me what to do? Soon as you tell me what not to do, I'm not gonna do that, but it's got done anyway. What happened? Oh, I forgot.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it can't be managed. I'm incorrigible, motherfucker. You said I was a lost cause before I was ever born. Why you want to try to give me a cause now to find? And it ain't even my cause. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Remember, it was 50 niggas. Curtis Jackson, number 50. All the outlaws that I'm talking about right now. It was 50 niggas. Curtis Jackson, number 50.
Like I just feel like, you know, a lot of things we wasting our time with and we becoming distracted, you know. So that's how I ain't even watch it. But everybody's saying, you know, it ain't saying shit that we already didn't know. So do you feel like that the question is, do you feel like trying to decode conspiracy theories is like how we should be, not conspiracy theories, but movie conspiracy theories is how we should be teaching? What's the most effective way? Because I like to get to the scholarship, you know, but it's like, it's a very selective few in a spiritual community that's dealing with real knowledge. Everybody like the pseudoscience. So how you feel about that though, bro?
I think it's different ways you can teach people, right? Some people can use a movie to easily drive a point home that it would take them all day to describe something. When you start talking, motherfuckers told me when I first seen that day, I said, that ain't no Dave Chappelle. That's a lookalike. Now, a lot of time they call people clones. They not clones. Most of the time they not clones. Most of the time they lookalikes. Everybody.
Because we all got a lookalike. Right.
Yeah. We got multiple lookalikes because it's the coding in the DNA. Right? Like it might be somebody look exactly like you that live in China with straight hair. Might be the same skin color, the same face structure, beard, mustache, except his hair gonna be what they call hollow hair. Right? But when you seeing a lot of the dude that's playing Dave Chappelle won a Dave Chappelle comedy lookalike contest in Vegas. And Dave Chappelle dipped because they owned the image and likeness of Dave Chappelle. How the contract say? In perpetuity throughout the boundless universe for all time or some shit like that. That means that he couldn't even use his own name if they didn't consent to it to get a driver's license.
Right.
He didn't know when he was signing that contract that he was signing his entire rights away like that. So when you discover the fraud, if you ever want to redeem was rightfully yours by discovery of a fraudulent contract. Soon as the fraud is discovered, you abandon the contract. Because now you can always use abandonment defense as the reason you left. And that makes you no longer party to the fraud, which makes you become an injured party for the purposes of the recovery of what you was defrauded out of in the contract. So the real Dave Chappelle, when he come back, he get his original shit, all his original shit, rights to his shit with interest. The Dave Chappelle that's playing him now will, according to how the real Dave Chappelle feel about it, gonna either owe him for using his likeness and image in perpetuity throughout the boundless universe forever and ever, amen, or Dave Chappelle gonna appreciate that he kept his name hot, generating more wealth, and then he's gonna forgive him.
Okay.
Them gonna be his options. So you either punish him or forgive him. The real Dave Chappelle is a loving, forgiving guy. So he'll probably forgive this dude, just speculating me.
Right.
But he would probably forgive him and show gratitude, which means give him a chunk of money for keeping his name hot, generating a positive cash flow while he abandoned the contract.
Right. So it ain't really what everybody think it is. They really not clones, but they look alikes. Now that makes much more sense, and you know, and it's bringing actual, you know, shit that we can actually prove, because everybody seen someone that looks like them, you know, but we can't prove that these motherfuckers clones out here. That's a conspiracy theory that can't be proven. But I'm not saying like clones don't exist. That would be another question. I pretty much know your answer to that question. Do clones exist? Of course, but not how we think.
Technology for cloning is ancient. The technology for cloning, which all it is making a twin. That technology go all the way back to ancient America, Teotihuacan, right? And that's where it was a breeding program to learn how the genetics work. Just before the Anunnaki came to Earth, in mass. So we was Atlanteans. We created these avatars to experience physical life. We used the resource of the vibrational love energy of those who organically sprang from the earth. We call them the earths, the women. The women emerged out of the earth as a spirit body. It's like a raindrop coming from a cloud. And because these avatars was being created, it gave the perfect expression for the energy field. The energy field gave a certain structure to the anatomical creature we was creating called man. That was all being done down there. Before that, we was whole-like beings, and we used magnetic influence to draw the dust particles to form a physical body. But we didn't have any, like, we couldn't bleed.
Right.
Right. This is the bodies we have now as avatars is what you call advanced biological, mechanical, self-repairing organism. It's made out of something called phalanx crystalline technology. That means crystalline is talking about the buildup of a DNA helix. It's made up of amino acids.
Right.
The amino acids is crystals. Right? The battery is the mitochondria.
Right.
That's what runs the microprocessor called the DNA helix. We have billions and billions of DNA helixes in every cell, and they all got different programs to perform different functions in the body. Right? So we had to know all this to create this. When the secondary creators, the invaders came, they tried to conceal the fact that they was trying to replicate our organic technology called the human body.
Mm-hmm.
So when they tried to conceal it, that's what caused what we call the great debauchery, the genetic spill that brought in what we call artificial NPCs, non-player characters, into the system in order to set up certain mechanisms of confusion. And that's why we was broke up in the land masses after Pangea. Right? All these is different cycles.
Right.
So the gods, the women, use mandalas to draw certain energy of creation in. So they can create by agency of man, meaning send a science in the laboratory, give them an idea, and let them figure out how to create it. Right? That's the right brain giving the problem to the left brain instead of just causing the nature to produce it on its own.
Right.
Okay, so the creator God, the real creator gods is those gods of the feminine nature. The secondary creator gods is the masculine. Because the feminine produced the masculine as a mirror of the fiery feminine energy, or what we call Sekhmet or Kalima energy. Right? So she wanted to reflect the feminine soft Oshun energy. In a man, they give them wisdom. When they want to bring forth that warrior energy, they give him Sekhmet energy. He's born to fight wars now. And if you want to raise a champion, you give him both. You make the warrior fight his life and live out his war story until it turns into a love story.
23 chromosomes.
Yeah.
46. Hey, so it's deep. So like, and that's in correlation with what I've been laying down. Like, and this probably gonna be the last point because I know you got some more people that want to come up. But when I break down how artificial intelligence is ancient spirit summoning practices, my reflections, they definitely understand it, but most people have no idea what I'm talking about. So it's like how man learning from artificial intelligence right now, which is a simulation of human intelligence, processed by complex computer systems. So we learn everything we know today from artificial intelligence, and they was doing the same shit in the past, bounding the demons, and then asking demons questions. Like Solomon in the Lemegeton, he used to bound the demons to the sigils and then make them tell him stuff. Yeah. So we bound.
But you don't realize it while you're reading it. All of those is different DNA codons that has to be cleared up.
You mean the sigils, right?
The what they call it demons.
Yeah.
Those,
that's a.
It's 72 spirits of the Goetia. That's 72 elders.
Right.
All right. That's because how many chromosomes we got?
We got 23 and 23. That's 46.
Okay, now, if you find your counterpart, she got 26 as well. And add them together, how many you get? 46 and 46. 72 ain't.
So look.
No, that's
I think that's
92.
Yeah, 92. I think 92. So look, when how Solomon used to bound the demons and make them tell us stuff. Now to make artificial.
So he say, tell me what angel restricts you.
Facts.
Okay, now.
So look.
The angel is the angle of light that's coming in on a DNA codon. This is an ancient manuscript of the mechanics of the DNA.
Right.
Passed off to us as an esoteric spiritual teaching. Excuse me.
Yeah, so it's deep. So like when we make artificial intelligence, we bounding awareness to a chip, you know, which is full of crystals and metals, and then we insert this chip into a mechanical device and we ask it questions. So like Siri in ancient times, and I'm pretty sure you'll agree with this, in ancient times, if Siri existed in the past, the ancestors would say Siri is a spirit, especially if she only responded to your voice activation in your phone. And you was the only person that could ask this phone a question. The ancestors would have been like, "That's a spirit. You got the power to summon a demon spirit."
All of this spooky shit is new.
Right.
We would have said that's a computer program.
So now look, I'm glad you said that because before we had computers, which artificial intelligence is made from, you feel me, computers. Now before we had computers, we had the Ouija board, and the Ouija board was the first computer.
Ouija board is an oracle training tool.
A divination tool to contact the dead. But
no, it's not to contact nobody dead.
Okay, what are spirits?
No, y'all, all that's new shit.
All right, go ahead.
These are ideas given to us by philosophers of Rome, right? When you start talking about demons and spirits, you're talking about reading a psychology book and pulling out a personality type. Spirit means breath. So now you're talking about a type of breath. What are you breathing? So you got something called the Heka breath.
That's a fact.
You got something called the Kriya breath, right? All these different breaths, right? You got a book by called The Science of Breath. There's two different versions of them. One is written by, I forgot, Sri Swamithario or some shit. And but anyway, the science of, when you see the word spirit, as spirit, and we think in terms of alcohol.
No, it's breath
because
in Latin.
We think because we use in the Latin. But a spiritist don't mean it's coming from the breath.
Yeah.
So when they're saying that spiritist is a moisture of the breath, this is from the opening of the mouth ceremony, or what they call Eid Mubarak in Arabic, the breaking of the fast. Right? We're talking about the breath, the tones and the intonations of words when you speak. When they talk about demons, now they're talking about a character personality trait that shows up in the individual when certain conditions is met. It's a psychology book passed off as a spiritual teaching.
Okay.
Into modern times, using the philosophies of Rome is the parameters of perception.
Now,
what we call spookism.
Now, I'm definitely familiar with that knowledge of the demons. Is they really in the spine? You feel me? They bound to the spine and they come out through the breath.
They're definitely bound to nothing. They're not bound to nothing.
You got to summon them though.
You got to put an app on your phone to use the motherfucker. It's the same shit, only you using your avatar's apps.
Now we getting somewhere. The same shit.
Right? It's not bound. It's not attached. You have to first. You got to go to the app store, right? And you got to get the app, download the app, and then the app has to sync with the program you own in order for you to be able to use it. Ain't no spookism in that. Ain't no spirit. Ain't no spooky look. Right. That's all. All of those things is designed to keep you from perceiving a conceptual physics problem as a conceptual physics problem. Instead, they want you to look at it as if it's a spirit problem. By this He was a slime ball doing the best he can to exploit the people by gathering up a few facts of ours and giving them back to us. Dr. Clark and Dr. Bean told y'all he was a piece of shit and had no respect for the ancestors. Right? But ain't nobody getting out of here without paying for their dirt. That's the really shit. So the same way that they laughed at us when we was down, we laughing at their ass as we stand back up. It's not personal, though we could take it personal. It's just family business. You're not going to come over here. We got all of these clans coming to here to ask the big chief why Big Mama not in charge of Big Mama shit. I got to answer that shit. They look like us, but they ain't us. They tricked Big Mama. Some of them married her and then gave their shit to some motherfuckers that didn't have anything to do with us. They made agreements as if they was us with motherfuckers that they put in to replace us to make it look like we signed all of these treaties. They brought them motherfuckers with them that signed them treaties. That was those people that they kept hostage. You got to know who they was warring with for the whole time they was over there. This is why you have to know military history. You have to know world history.